I have to be honest with you, creating a Pinterest marketing strategy in 2025 is probably not what you think it is, and it doesn't even start on Pinterest. I'm going to get into what I mean, but there might be a little bit of tough love involved. But really, tough love is usually the best kind because it's just the truth. Hey there, I'm Michelle. I'm a Pinterest marketing strategist and Pinterest manager for multiple clients. And I am here to help you build your Pinterest marketing strategy in 2025. Make sure you stick with me until the end for the juiciest tip. Tip number one, and this is just a little part of the tough love, you have to have content. You have to have a place to pin your pins and a place for people to go once they click on your pin. I have had multiple people come to me wanting a Pinterest manager, Pinterest marketing strategy, and the fact is they just don't have enough content out there. You can't just have 5 URLs, 5 places for people to go and have a really great Pinterest strategy. Now, I'm not telling you shouldn't be on Pinterest if that's all you have. Pin those pins, it can't hurt. But if you want a true marketing strategy, you really do have to have a place for people to go. I'm sorry, I wish it weren't that true, but it is. When I'm talking about content, I'm talking blog posts, landing pages, freebie opt-ins, YouTube videos, podcasts, anything like that you can pin pins to. Do you have products? Do you have digital products, low ticket items, services? All of those things can be pinned to. So it's not as daunting as you think, but you do have to have some content out there. And if you have a blog, honestly, that's fantastic because Pinterest loves a good blog. So you should have at least a few blog articles on your website if you possibly can. The next thing I want to talk to you about is your branding. So you have to have your branding locked in. That means consistent colors, consistent fonts, consistent wording throughout your Pinterest profile, and it should match what you have on your website. So you don't want to have 2 totally different vibes from your Pinterest account to your website, like some really sleek, luxe, professional website, and then you have your Pinterest account that's like a playful, fun vibe. People are going to be confused when they go from your Pinterest account to your website. So we don't want that. We definitely want to avoid that. Another thing when it comes to branding is you want your Pinterest pins to be consistent. So develop a few templates for your pin design and reuse those over and over again. Not only is it going to help you with time savings, not having to come up with brand new pins every single time, but it helps keep that consistent vibe throughout your Pinterest account. So same colors, same fonts, and have, say 30 pin templates that you use, whether you purchase them off Etsy, whether you create them yourself. Either way, just keep reusing those. Reuse those for, maybe a quarter or so, and then you can throw in some more. But you want to really have that consistency throughout your pins so that when people are looking through Pinterest, they notice what pins are yours. They can tell they're yours before they even click on it. The next thing I would really like to have you do, it's a brand new year. It's a really good time for you to look at your keywords again. So go through, search through the trends. We're going to have some brand new trends coming out of the holidays. So holidays are over now. We're going to get into New Year's resolutions, Valentine's Day, spring, Easter, St. Patrick's Day. You should be looking ahead to these holidays. Now, do you have content that makes sense with that? If you don't, that's okay. You can continue to use your evergreen search terms. There's probably also additional search terms in there for trends that you can jump on. But if you do have content that is related to holidays or times of year, anything like that, you should absolutely look at leveraging those trends and make sure that you are pinning content that makes sense for that time period. Now, the great thing about trends is when you're searching for those keywords in that trends tab, if you click on it, you can see when that term is expected to start trending throughout the year. So how do you use that in your Pinterest strategy? You're going to take a look at when it starts and start pinning about 30 to 90 days before that. So on holidays like Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, you're okay to start pinning, say 30 days out, 60 days out. You're going to be good if you do that. Holidays like Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, you're going to want to really edge more towards that 90-day mark. Some people even start pinning Christmas items up to 6 months ahead of time. So you're talking July, August, you can start pinning Christmas content. So as you're looking at your 2025 content calendar, keep those dates in mind and start thinking ahead as to when you want to start pinning certain kinds of content. The other thing you want to do is look ahead to what you have coming up. So if you have a launch coming up, if you have sales coming up, you need to plan ahead and start pinning for that content that's coming out, and really just know what you're planning to pin so that you could be on top of it and you're not chasing these trends where you're like, oh shoot, I should have started pinning for this 3 months ago. It's now 2 weeks out. I mean, I've been there, I've done it, and this is my job. So I get it. But if you can really plan ahead and leverage those trends and those times of year, you're going to be way ahead of the competition. The next thing that you want to really look at for your strategy is to have high quality photos. So whether you're using stock or more preferably your own photos, making sure those are high quality. Consider putting yourself in some of your pins. Pins with your face on them tend to do better than stock images, but I use stock images all the time. You can't have a million pictures of your face, I'm sure. So if you need to use stock images, that's fine. Make sure that they are high quality and truly, like, make sure you have permission to use them, number one. And if you can get them from a paid site, you're probably going to get a lot less of competing images, because those free stock sites, those images are everywhere. So just consider investing some money into having some high quality images that you can pin, and you can use those same images over and over again in different pins. So it's not like one and done, you can never use that image again. So really invest in some high quality images. If you have great templates, high quality images, and you know how to create a hook on your Pinterest pin with some keywords in it, you are going to be good to go. Find some templates that you like, have some high quality images, and then we'll get into the text overlay, the pin description, the pin title, and how you can bring all of that together to start making pins that really do push people to your website. The next thing you want to make sure that you have is an optimized profile. So I'm not going to get into exactly everything you need to optimize your profile. I do have a mini course, absolutely free, that you can grab. I'm going to put a link down below. It's going to walk you through step by step on how to optimize your profile. It's honestly so good. I mean, I probably should charge for it, but I just feel like everybody should have it. So right now it's free, so make sure you snag it. It is down in the description. It's going to walk you through how to update your about section, your board descriptions, your board covers, your profile, your banner, all of that stuff. So not only does it show you how to do it, I give you templates to go ahead and get that done too. The next thing you want to do, and really this should be in your mind from the beginning, is determining what you want out of Pinterest. So what are your goals? If you're a brand new business and you're really just trying to get yourself out there, you're going to want to have a lot of awareness content. You just want people to know you exist. That's step number one. And then you're going to want to have some consideration content, and then eventually some conversion content, because this is how Pinterest works. If someone interacts with your pin, then they're going to start getting served more of your pins. So say you have that awareness content out there, you have all those awareness pins, and people are looking at them, they're getting to know you, and then they start getting served more of a consideration type content. Then they're going to start thinking, maybe this person is someone I need to use for my service, or a place I want to go to get my recipes, or learn how to get in shape, whatever it is that you do. So having those 3 different types of pins is a really great plan, but really focusing on what you need first. If you're an established business, you already have the awareness, then you're going to want to focus more on consideration and conversion. We can't do everything at the same time, so having a place to start is key to getting a proper Pinterest strategy together for 2025. If your goal is increase traffic to your website, if your goal is increase sales, or maybe you just want to make sure people know that you exist. Everybody's going to have different goals, of course. If you're a blogger, you're probably wanting increased traffic to your website so that you can get more sessions, views, so that you can get monetized or increase your ad revenue. If you are a coach, you're probably looking at building your client base. So you want to start bringing in people who are interested in what you have to offer. If you are a service provider, same thing, you're looking for clients. So you want to start reaching out and seeing if you can get people more into that consideration phase at minimum before they reach your website. So having those goals in mind is super important when you're starting to build your strategy. Now, if you want more one-on-one personalized advice and step-by-step deep dive into how to build a solid Pinterest strategy, make sure you get on the waitlist for my course. The link will be down in the description where you can get signed up for that. This course is going to walk you through everything from just starting your Pinterest account all the way through building a solid marketing strategy for your business on Pinterest. Make sure if that's something you're interested in to grab it. Otherwise, continue to watch. Make sure you subscribe to this channel because I give you a lot of good tips on this channel. Let me know what your goals are for your business this year, whether it's building awareness, trying to get people converted into clients, whether it's increasing traffic to your blog. What are your goals? I want to know, because if I get enough of the same kind of goals, then I'll start making videos based on that. So please let me know down below what your goals are for Pinterest this year. The next thing you want to focus on when you're building your Pinterest strategy is determining how much time you can actually put into this platform. And be realistic with yourself, not like, on my best days, I can do this. What is your capacity to be able to put into your Pinterest strategy consistently? And be realistic with that, because you want to build a plan that you can continue to do throughout the year. Of course, you can reassess every now and then and see what you can do, but really try to think realistically about what you are able to put into this platform, because Pinterest rewards consistency, and consistency doesn't have to be 25 pins a day. It can be a couple pins every week. So say you are building a strategy where you want to pin 3 to 5 times a week. That's fine. Just stay to that 3 to 5 times a week so that Pinterest knows what to expect from your account. Pinterest loves consistent, fresh content. So as long as you are doing that, then you're going to continue to grow on Pinterest. Now you're going to have those ebbs and flows. Don't come to me when your traffic dips and then goes back up and say, hey, you said I was going to grow. It's never going to be a straight line. You're always going to have those ebbs and flows. So be prepared for that. Now let's talk about when you do pin. When you do pin, you want to make sure those pins are optimized. So what does optimized mean? It means making sure that you have your keywords in your text overlay, your title, and your description. You can have multiple keywords in those descriptions. You can even have a couple keywords in your title. So make sure that your pins have that so that they are searchable for people to find what you do. If you don't already know how to do keyword research, I'm going to link my video right up here so you can get into it. And honestly, if you've done keyword research before, it is still a really good watch. You'll probably find a few little nuggets that maybe you didn't know about. I also go through some tools that really help. So definitely worth the watch. After this video, make sure to click on the keyword research video. The other thing about your pins that really needs to be said is they can be completely optimized with keywords, but if they're not compelling, if they don't make somebody want to click on them, they're not going to do you a whole lot of good. People see them, but they're not going to click on them. So that's where having that high quality image and a really good hook on that pin title with a call to action like read more or, shop now or find out more, those kind of things on your pin will make a huge difference as far as people actually clicking on it and then going through to your website. You want to also leave people hanging a little bit in that description. Don't give everything away there. Just make them want to click through and read your full article or jump in and learn more information. Don't give it all away in the pin, because you want people to visit your website. You don't want them to just stick around on Pinterest. Let's go through pin types really quick for Pinterest, because things have changed a lot. You used to have the idea pins, the story pins, all these different kinds of pins. Well, now there's 3 main types of pins. There's going to be your static pin, which is basically that image pin that we're all used to seeing on Pinterest. That's going to be your bread and butter. Almost every account does well with static pins. So you should have static pins in your Pinterest strategy. The other one is infographics, and that's also a static pin, to be honest. But infographics are really great for getting people to save the pin, and saves are a really good signal from Pinterest. So you want to have those mixed in with your strategy. Giving infographics like, 10 reasons to visit Bali or whatever, something to that effect, or the ingredients to a recipe or something like that on that pin that makes people say, oh, I want to save this for more information. That's a really good signal for Pinterest. So you should absolutely have that in your strategy. The other type of pin is a video pin. So you can do video like a reel, a TikTok, something like that, right? But make sure it's optimized for Pinterest. So can you repurpose reels and TikToks on Pinterest? Yes, absolutely. And I highly recommend that you do. But you don't want to repurpose every single reel or TikTok over on Pinterest because they just don't make sense over there, some of them. So some of the funny like voiceover reels or TikToks, things like that I love over on those platforms, they just don't land on Pinterest because the user intent is not the same on Pinterest. People are coming to Pinterest to search for a solution or some inspiration. So think about how you use Pinterest. Do you hop in there wanting to watch funny reels or TikToks? No, you don't. You go there because you're looking for something specific, right? You're redecorating your 5-year-old's room, so you're going to look up 5-year-old boy bedroom inspiration or, rocket decorations or whatever you're going to do. So when you keep that user intent in mind, it makes sense to use different reels, TikToks that are more like behind the scenes or how-tos or educational in some way or inspirational in another way. So when you are getting ready to repurpose your content over onto Pinterest, just ask yourself, does this make sense for the Pinterest user? And if it does, absolutely go for it, repurpose it. Make sure you're using those keywords in your title and the keywords in your description and have at it and start using some video and then just track and see how it works for your account. Some people do so well with video. They just get tons of reach. They get tons of click through. Other accounts, not so much. Like video's not really driving anything for them. So do it for about 90 days and see what's working for you. If the video isn't landing for your audience, don't waste your time anymore. Just, occasionally post one here and there just in case, but honestly, just double down on what's working. If you stuck around to the end, I'm going to give you my biggest tough love tip for your Pinterest strategy in 2025. And that is you have to have good content on the other side of the pin. I can't tell you how many times I've had people say, I'm getting a lot of traffic to my website, but they're not sticking around. Well, the thing is that you can't expect people to stick around to content that doesn't make sense to them. So that's why it's so important on Pinterest to have that pin make sense, to click through to a website and have that content be good. Nobody should be surprised when they click on a pin to go to your website. I don't know about you, but I think we all have had clicked on a pin and then boom, we're at some random weird website or a blog content that has nothing to do with what the pin said it was about. And that's not only really annoying, but it's a poor user experience and it makes people mad. And you're just not going to grow your Pinterest account that way. So have good quality content, whether it's really good blogs, whether it's a landing page for a product that's really done well. You have to have quality content or your Pinterest strategy, it just doesn't make sense to have one. I don't want you wasting your time or your money where you shouldn't be. If your content isn't up to par and you know that, then go in there and make some improvements, get it to where it needs to be, where it's going to start converting people, and then build your Pinterest strategy. It's like, I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make them drink. It's the same thing. So having good content on the other side of that pin, that is really the most important part of your Pinterest strategy, because we can get you traffic to your website, but you have to convert that traffic. And that is what really makes the difference on your bottom line. You're going to get more sales, more sessions, more clients, whatever it is that you do, you're going to get more of that if your website is killing the game. And that's what you want when you have a Pinterest strategy. I'm going to put a link down below for one of my very favorite web designers. She's redesigning my website. She's fantastic. She does great SEO work. And honestly, if you know that your website isn't converting people, you need to talk to Tina. She's fantastic and she's going to help you out. So I'm going to put a link for her down below, and let me know if you end up talking to her, because she's great. So that's my little plug. I didn't even plan that, but you got to talk to Tina if your website's not up to par. I really hope this was helpful to you. And if it was, will you please hit the like button? I am trying to get to those 4,000 watch hours, you guys, and it's elusive because honestly, I need to post more videos. But if you can like this video and help it go a little bit further, I would truly appreciate it. So hit the like button, make sure to subscribe. If you are not currently subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And just remember that your Pinterest strategy starts with your content. And then we can dig into everything on Pinterest. Your Pinterest strategy starts with your content. You can have a perfectly optimized profile, beautiful pins, great visuals, keywords everywhere, and be driving all these people to your website, but it's not going to do you any good if that content isn't great. So make sure you have that locked in. And then once you implement all of my tips, you're going to start getting traffic to your website. That's what I have for you today. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next week. We are going to start on building a blog. So I'm going to take you with me as I build a blog and then create the Pinterest strategy to start driving traffic to that blog. The first few videos are going to be all about actually building the blog from scratch. So if you are considering building a blog, adding a blog to your website, if you're a beginner blogger in 2025, then make sure to subscribe and watch this series. It's going to go throughout the year. First 4 videos are going to come out back to back on just building up that blog website and then starting to add blog articles and then building that Pinterest strategy to drive traffic to that blog. Because I truly believe in 2025, we need to have multiple avenues to drive traffic to our blogs in order to make them make money. So I am no blogging pro. I have definitely blogged for other people, have done a blog on my own for Pinterest marketing. This blog has nothing to do with Pinterest. It is purely a blog. So if you want to see if it can be done, and if it can be done by me, I guess, in 2025 to build a blog that actually earns income, then come along with me on this journey, subscribe, and watch the series. All right. Thanks a lot and have a wonderful rest of your day.